Lorry's probably stored fuel. Store booze.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part.
Do you think his load belongs to our tough guy?
This is likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit. Who knows when it will come in handy? A slightly scared, racist lorryman.
A foreign car kept in good condition. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks to be reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air by an aid of numerous ropes and rods. Silver placard. What did the king do?
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what did? High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
Okay. Also, human ox covered the truck. Cookies. White tank top. Physical instrument. Yeah. Money! We got $2. Yeah, I don't want a negative. Suggestion. Wearing the white tank top. Work it. Tank top. Gym vest. Reeking of sweat. This sleeveless shirt is the best choice if you're not afraid to show off your masculine upper body. That hairy oh yeah, look at that chest hair. Ooh baby. Ooh. Looking good. Hello?
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask you some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Grandma?
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead. No, this one is a monster in disguise.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
Okay, we'll leave her alone. GRH. We told these last few people that we might call them. It's makeups Kim too. Great person, industrial.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot and oddly screechy for a man of his size. Looks like too much trouble for my taste.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
Broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you, his full head taller than everyone else here.
You here to fuck with us?
beat the honest worker down.
No.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different.
He leans close.
It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of cause are we talking about? I don't think I've chosen any side yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
What kind of cause are we talking about?
Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their family.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
He bellows
Shame
to
on
the
you!
gates.
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
Points his finger to the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
The loitering man hollers in return. I want to get into the harbor too. What is a strike? Who are all the strike breakers? What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you are unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office.
Points to the stairs.
Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
What? Wait, a head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by.
Access panel.
The access panel is right behind it.
How bad could one guy be?
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Have you considered storming in, like all of you? Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
The man rubs his jaw, a perfect, lightly bearded, square wedge.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
This is an official matter. Interviewing people about the murder that took place here.
I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
What are you talking about?
Yes, he's tense. And dangerous. Somewhere below it all.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
We are not picking a side indeed.
Pity. Let us work! When a bunch of ungrateful beats me.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape.
How come you're so built like a brick shithouse, but the other scabs are so scrawny?
I work hard. And I would work even harder if the fuckers would let us work!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep suspicious drip. Curiosity, you could figure out strike mass, routine pilot investigation. I thought you would.
No. Don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A monstrous shadow high above the fire traps of the domain. The 881 motorway running over this district of Jamrock. Concrete pillars rise up from the midst of the dilapidated wooden houses. On the horizon, barely visible, the hazy machinery of the harbor. Life in the domain is even worse off than in Martinez. The cold air is stiff from the fumes of the motor carriages and lorries roaring overhead. Below, broken down, battered people mill on the dusty streets with no purpose. Yet amongst them, there is no sight of this man.
Sweet, I know
No
it's
way.
been turned several. Really. The work has taken me so much. A bouncer.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
I think I've been there.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful, not toys. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
Okay, thanks for the chat.
Scab?
Asked the man with jolly eyes tilting his head.
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
I'm a scab.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Hunter Martin is investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
You're right. It's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure I'll never get stopped. No idea what I'm doing.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is.
You think
Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
waiting for assistance with a dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
What's the matter with this wimp? Is he obstructing
Does
justice?
this mean you can let me through to the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself. Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremacist there. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested as...
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Got it.
Sure. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do. Passing around cargo was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I.
Thanks.
Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
What's this strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Nice talk. In case of strike, press button behind guard. Medically sealed door locked by electronic means. Alright, one last meathead conversation. Hello?
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Your body does not betray your degeneracy. That's a lie. You're in great shape.
My body is unimportant. I'm with the police. We need to get into the harbor.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
You're right, I'm not collecting any of that dead body.
It's not good.
No, you don't. You
Yes,
need
no,
to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is
I'm the
waning.
police and I need you to comply now. This very stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
It was your people who put the dead body up there. Your people should help me get it down.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard. No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
You don't serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they what? Know anything about this mug? Subscribe to advanced theory. Knock him out.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing.
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
True, that is a noble cranium, but you got a hard noggin yourself.
You sure I'm not gonna be answering? You're right.
Correct.
Eyes.
Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Does this board with you? Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor? I'm Jerichos.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He
Telling
has the
yourself
will
that.
to confront polycultural capital. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Communism is pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you, the fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music? Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale. No, I have heard about it on the radio.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
Yes.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one. There always is.
Race is reality. Don't be vulgar. Mr. Clay. Also, above all, offshore. I am not surprised you. The South, we are. I am a descendant. No.
He would be appreciative if you...
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. He's open. Rip into him. Right hook. Escalate it. Get intimate with him. Bring the hurt closer.
Right hook. Back up before 360 flank kick. Right hook.
Oh God. Wrong move. Your head is in his hands, like a pair of forceps crushing you, and you can feel every jewel.
Say it. I am a degenerate drunk.
Take the pain, goddammit. At least take that. You were. But then you made a wrong move. And now your skull feels like it's about to crack. Even under the increased force on your skull, there is no pain. Just the sound of your own blood gushing in there, feeding your mind with oxygen.
You are a poor player of physical chess.
Try knock him out again? Sweet.
Just like that, instinct took over. The man is reeling, gasping for
Okay.
air.
Back up.
Times.
360 kick. Oh, big hit.
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button. As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely. His head.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
Her voice is surprisingly calm.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
Let's get out of here. Holy shit.
Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey, you. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real.
I've seen some mildly left things.
Literally murder all human
That's one of
beings.
those.
Regard, oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait.
Failure. It's about failure. Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers, you alone. Against every living thing. Against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling. You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Now get to work.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Okay.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Whew. Money. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world never to return again. They were right, until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Kras Mavroga. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise a commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. I don't really want to internalize that idea.
The man is still. It'll take a few moments.
Let's get out of here.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hurt.
But he's the one trying to provoke me. Okay, I was trying to assert my dominance over him, but I was fighting. How else are we gonna get through the gate? Can't promise that. I might have to attack him again.
There must be some other way. Let's go see the yard again. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here. We're not here on some political quest.
Alright,
We're here
fine.
to solve. Let's think of something else.
It opens. And I think that is a perfect place to stop it. We're approaching 3 hours, but it's getting kind of late. Yeah.
Yes?
I'll get updated from Kim. New save.